Hi everyone, welcome to Carmen, Katharine's Wreaths. So we've met our goal of 2,500 subscribers, and today the Pro Bow came in. I just wanted to open it, make sure everything's in here and ready to go. This is my Pro Bow, and this is the Pro Bow we are giving away. And everything is in here. Everything's set to go. So we're going to set that all up. And then we're going to send this out to the lucky winner. We are doing live. I'm going to do a little test live so we can make sure everything's working. And then we'll set a date for next weekend for this one. And I wish everybody luck. I wish I was rich and I could send everybody one. But I got her from Amazon Prime. You can go on Regina Seller's page. And you can buy it through her, and she has a link to Amazon Prime where you can buy it, okay? But this one is for our lucky winner. I'm going to put it up. And so I did want to go over a couple things. So made a bunch of bows yesterday, and I used Regina Seller's single ribbon tutorial. And these are all the colors I made. So what I would suggest, I am not giving away a fluff box. I'm only giving away the Pro Bow. I would suggest you buy a fluff box from Regina Seller. My husband made mine. He's going to make me another one because if you're working with glitter, you want one for glitter and one for your ribbons without glitter. Otherwise, it gets on it. As far as your Pro Bow itself, you can take a baby wipe when you're done. You can knock it over, get all the little glitter off, and you can wipe it down and it comes right off. Or you can take a dust cloth. It wipes right off. Because that was my big concern as well. So the ribbons that I used on all three of our tutorials that we're doing today are all from Walmart. They're $7.98 for 75 feet, which ends up being 25 yards. Yeah, 3 feet is 1 yard. So 25 yards. I made these giant bows, and this is what I used. I used all the Walmart. You can get this at Sam's Club too, all the ribbons. But I wanted to show you guys so everybody knows. I'm going to put this up. Alrighty, so, finger placement. I used only one of her tutorials, and I added some to it, so I'll explain it. This is on her tutorial for your single ribbon. This is the hand placement, so if you look her up, this is exactly how I put the finger placement. Sorry about that. It's got a lot of glitter on it, so I have to clean this too. But anyways, this is your finger placement. It's exactly like the one she has on her single ribbon. Now, with our snowman ribbon that I made here, what I did is I did two ribbons at once, and I went over you go over this one time, and then I went over both fingers on each side of your middle finger once. Nope, twice. And then I went over the last finger on each one 3 times. So that's how I got this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1. Nope. Once, and 3 times on each. Sorry, I'll correct myself. Said it wrong. And I made the little legs. I did 3 of them. And she shows you how to bring it over, cut it, and then add a leg right on that tutorial. So this one is going with the snowman. Alright? This one is exactly like she does it. Exactly with the 5 times over this and the 3 times over each one next to the center. So this one is that one. This one, I used 2 ribbons, and I did it exactly like she shows you on the single ribbon with the 2 ribbons. The 3 times over your finger next to your center, and then 5 times over this. That's how come this one's bigger. So it makes a difference when you use more than one ribbon. But I used her tutorial. I didn't change it up. The only thing I changed up was, you know, how many loops you go over it and all that, which I explained. So as we go through each one, I'll explain it. So for this one, it will be 1, 2, 3 on this one and 2 on these. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and once. Sorry, once. Yep, 1, 1. Okay, once, because it's double ribbons. That would be once, and 3 and 3 for this. Okay? So they all turned out beautiful. So I'm going to put this up. Now, when you store your stuff, I bought extra fingers through Craft Outlet. And eventually I am going to her deluxe one. But right now I'm just on this one. So put this up here. Move it over. So that's that. So now if you guys are new to my page, welcome. I'm so happy to have you. All my new subscribers, hello. So happy to have you. So today we're doing 3. We are going to do the snowman, we're doing my gingerbread, and we're doing my Dotsy, which he's got a big story to him. I have 4 Dotsies. They are my babies. Let me get this out. I didn't realize I didn't do that. But these are the 3 that we're going to be doing. Gingerbread, Dotsy, and Snowman. I'm going to put these up out the way. So, and if you are new, I have, each time I need to go over this, so I hope I'm not boring everybody, but this is important. So I use utility scissors. I got these at Lowe's. Lowe's. What I use is a Skill Power Cutter. It is exactly like your rotary cutter. It does plug into the wall. It's chargeable. The battery lasts about 18 hours on this. If you like me and you use it a lot, at least once a month or when it starts to get rickety, unscrew this. Take it off and clean behind the blades because any type of fabric can get caught behind it. Alright, I think I've only cleaned it. Honestly, it's been every 2 months, but I would do it once a month. When you are working with this, each time you use it, when you're done, you want to go through it with a clean paintbrush and remove all the fibers and dust particles that can get behind the blade. This is very important. So, we are going to do a whole bunch of different types. I am using the 21-inch along with cuts. So the cuts we're doing today, and I'm going to show you, I have actually cut, I suggest like only doing like 10 pieces at once, but I have cut up to 15 pieces at once. So this has got a little protective cover over your blade so it won't cut you. It won't hurt your table. If you have a wooden craft table, then put a cloth over it. It helps, but if you're going to put a cloth over it, you want to keep your boards because it gives it a slick move to it. And you're just going to hold to, and the zip snip is exactly like this. I actually like the zip snip. So zip snip you can get online at Walmart.com, Home Depot. You can get the Skill Power Cutter at Walmart.com as well. It is called the Skill Screwdriver with Cutter Attachment. And it's the handle's designed a little bit different, but they still sell this. So if that's too confusing, just look up Zip Snip on Walmart.com, and it's designed exactly like this, except it's orange and black, I believe. So you're going to go to your 10-inch mark, and you're just going to hold these together, and you're going to cut. It's a nice, perfect, beautiful cut. There's no fray. Does not mean you won't get fray. It does not mean you shouldn't not use protectant. Protect your fabric at all times. Use your adhesive spray, your UV protectant. The Crayon has sealant as well, so you can use the sealant. The Crayon has a bunch. Just make sure that it dries clear. So again, see how easy that is? And I use this on everything, so just want to make sure the new people get this. It's very important. I'm using this on a different one. This one we're not using today. Unless I think I need to, then I'll cut some. But we're not using that. Put that up there. So now you know all that. So today, let me show you the different ones. So this one came from Craft Outlet. The frame is 14 inches. As you can see, it is at a little bit of a height. This one is Dollar Tree. It's flatter. When you're using this type, you want it to have a little height, this type of decor in the center, because you want it to be able to tie it down. All right? And we'll go over that too. We're going to put lights on him. So, I wanted to show you the difference. So we are going to use the 3-ring 14-inch from Craft Outlet today, not the 4. I do have more that we're using, so. And I'm just going to cut this. So we're going to use one of my really simple methods for beginners. Now today with this particular one, I am using the 21-inch green. This is your emerald green, which is the Christmas color. We are using the white with silver metallic. And we're not going to use all of this. We're just using some of it. And of course, I'm using the red. And this is just the regular red 10-inch. All this came from Paper Mart. Alright. So I'm going to put these back up until I need them. I pre-cut everything. So everything's pre-cut and ready to go for all 3 of them. So this particular one costs $1.60 for 21 inches at Paper Mart. The metallic, I believe, was $2 for the 10-inch. And then for the red 10-inch, it was $1.41. So everybody knows I do the zip tie method. So today I'm going to use different color zip ties. I'm going to use some green. And you can get this particular ones I got from Walmart. These I got from Lowe's. All different colors. You can color coordinate everything you do. And then, of course, I have the Walmart ones as well, the Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree has white, red, and black. It's $1 for 100. Awesome. I use them. They also have the long white ones. There's 30 in it for $1. But the shorter white ones, I went to go get some. They were out. They're 60 for $1. So it's really cheap. Like I said, I color coordinate, so it makes it easier. You don't see it, just like you would if you were using your pipe cleaners. So today, like I said, we're doing the zip tie method. And what we're going to do is you're going to bunch this up. I'm just going to bunch it. And then you want it to go under. I like to do it like this. Remember, we do cover everything as well. I might have a little bit of foam for some of these, but most of them are going to be felt, because since I started talking about the foam and using the hole puncher, they are sold out at my Walmart, and I get the foam backings from Walmart. So see how easy that is? It's really easy. You're just going over it. You can go over the bar if you want to. So, and always push these in, going this way. We have more room with the 3, and you can cut it really down to the nub if you need to. You can also use your needle nose pliers to pull on it if you want to make it tighter. So what we are doing is doing this. This is old school, but we're going to go, and I taught this on my autumn one. So you're going to take it, and the way I measure it is I go from 1 section to 2 sections over. That way your wreath is always the same size. It's not lopsided, and it's completely round. 2 over, and then you're going to go right here to the next bar, and you're just going to take it over. So this is going to be a bigger wreath, but I like it. And you can actually use any color because we're going to cover these up. And we add our 10-inch to it. Again, 1 bar. So you start from this one all the way over, 2 bars. It's raining here, so you might hear thunder and rain. Good day to do crafts. Really, really easy. So go ahead and go all the way around. Let me just show you guys because we're almost there already. That way we can go to the next row and I could just show you how to do it. This is going to be a nice and full wreath for Christmas, and it's fun, 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 fun. Everything's with zip ties. It's a lot easier for people that have arthritis, and I have a lot of friends that have arthritis, so this is a lot easier. You're not sitting there rolling it around your bars. So, more. Same thing with nice power cutter is it's really good for people that have arthritis. You don't have to sit there and use your hands so much, and you can still make your wreaths. So you can take your shelf liners and put this over it as you're working this, so it doesn't slip as much. So we are almost at, I think we're at 2,900 subscribers. We are going up there every day. So, so happy. So here we go. So this is really important as we go and we go to our next level. So we're going to do this, and then I'm going to show you how to get to your next one. So it goes here. Otherwise, you're going to have one side where it has more poofs than the other. So you want to make sure. So when you go down to your next row, you want to hold it down, going down, because we're going around it. So pull it down to your next bar. And this all gets covered up once we put our decor and it fills up, so don't worry about that either. So you're not going to have where you go down and then you go over it and then you have an extra poof there. You're just going to go around and then you bring it around. It's really easy. Really, really easy. So a lot of you guys use this method because I taught you on wreaths for beginners. You just don't use this zip ties. So I wanted to show everyone with zip ties how to do it. And we're going to do a little bit more of our loops today than I normally do because we're going to fill her up. So see what I meant about you're not going to have that where it goes down and then you go back around it and you go down again and then you end up with 4 loops instead of 3 on one of these. So it's really important that you go down the bracket before you start your next loop. Poof, loop, whatever you want to call it. So, and the measuring's really easy. And because we're using the 3 bars, you're not going to need as much either. So go ahead, go around, and fill it up. And then we'll start adding the rest of it to it. So you're going to go around. When we get to your next bar where this is going down, you're going to go down and zip tie it together. And I'm going to go completely around it. And when we get to our last one, I'll show you how to end it. So see you in a few seconds. Okay, so now what you want to do is we're back to where we started. We fastened it going all the way down each time. So when you get to the end, you're just going to cut it. And you don't need to worry about it because this will all hide out. And we got more to put on it. So this can do 2. If it is the 18-inch, it goes completely around to 18-inch and you shouldn't have anything left over when you do the 4 bars. If you're doing the 3 bars, you'll have a little bit left over, not much. But that you can do 2 of them. So now what you want to do is, I know you guys seen my autumn and my fall for beginners, and you're just going to fluff it out, tuck it under, shape it. That's all we're doing. Just shaking her. Because we got to add to this, so all I'm doing is shaping it. You can fluff it out and leave the 3 loops going out too, but we're putting that snowman on, so kind of need that room. So, and we decorate too. This doesn't take very long to do. See how it's perfectly round? It's not an odd shape wreath. It's because we measured. Perfect way to measure it. So what you're doing is you're just tucking it under, pulling it apart. It's like a poofy wreath, kind of. This was one of the first ways I learned when I was a little girl. We used to use potato bags and stuff. The burlap potato bags when we were little. Plastic bags, construction paper, tissue. We used to use the sandwich zip ties to put this together too. So now, we're adding our rolls on this. So, and you want it to be colorful. So, all they are is 10 inches that we cut. And you're just going to roll it. And you can actually do 2 at a time if you wanted. We're doing the zip ties with it, so. I'm going to take the white one, because there's white and red. It's more like a translucent. And you're just going to go over your bar. And you can add as much as you want. You can even fill up the center. So I have done this before, like with my wooden signs. I have actually taken your little loops and go in the center and fill it up and then put the sign over it. I've done that. So it's not hard at all. Not at all. And like I said, we're going to be putting decorations on this too. So make sure you cut your, anything that's sticking out, just trim it. Now you do want to spray this because you're working with cut fabric. So I do spray these. Just take it. And I want to go over every bar. I used to only go over like 2. But we're going to go over every one. There's only 3 bars, so you can take as many of these or as little of these as you want. I've done 3, 4 at a time. You just don't want to overdo it because we have that snowman and lights and everything else you're putting on here. So you don't want to overdo something because then it's too much. So you just want enough to give it that Christmassy look, and then the decor is going to be your main little focus here. You could flip it over and put it on if you need to. Because this is loose because you used every other one of them. It's easy to go through it and put it on, and then you can fluff this, tuck it, whatever you want. But get it your desired way. See how fast this is filling up? I'm not using a lot. I cut way too much for this one, by the way. Way too much. Overdid the cutting. So this is the same way if you were going to do your starburst method with zip ties. So you would take 4 or 6 of these rolls and you would put them in, and it takes about 3 bunches per section with 4 to 6 in each one, and it fills up really, really fast. But same exact thing as if you were doing your starburst method. So, which I have been asked to do that with zip ties, so I might do one. I'm not sure yet. My mind is on a design, so I don't want to ruin it. So, as you can see how it's filling up? That's what we want. But you don't want too much because of our decor. I'm just going to snip it. See how neat that is too? Nice and neat and put together. Probably going to trim that one too. There you go. So, as you see, we went through each little section on all 3 bars, and we're adding our loops. So I'm only doing 2 per a bar, so that's 6 loops in each little section. It's not a lot. It's enough to give it color and make your wreath pop. All we're doing is just rolling it. And it doesn't have to be in any particular order that you do it either. Remember, this is supposed to be your wreath, so I want you guys to be creative as possible. You're supposed to make it yours. This is supposed to be your personality. So I'm giving you guys ideas, and you take those ideas and make your own. That's what this is all about. It's a how-to with ideas of how to make stuff. So as you notice, as we're going over the bars, it tightens anything you have, because you have one on one side where we put the mesh on, the 21 inch, and then we have one on the other side where we're going over it. So it tightens these poofs down as well when you're using your zip tie method. So go ahead, as you see, fill this up. And we're doing 2 on each one, so that's 6 loops in each section. So that's 6, 12, 24, 36. Sure? Yep, 36. That's not bad. So I will be right back. Okay, so I have applied all the loops on it. See that? Very Christmassy. So now, when you go to put your lights in, this cage is all metal. It's not plastic, so it's like a metal. It's metal. It's like part plastic. Yeah, it's heavy duty. It's plastic, but it's not like the Dollar Tree where it would fall apart. It's like really heavy duty. So what you're going to do is you're just going to line your little lights, and you start up at the top, as you see, and I'm just putting them in there. That's all you're doing, because you want it to light up the whole thing. So you're just sticking them in all the way, and it lights up the snowman pretty good. So then, you can take your zip ties too. That way, if you feel you need it to be more secure. You can zip tie them in. Either way. It's around the metal backing, so it, I'd use maybe one. You don't need a lot. So you want to make sure that you can access this. So I'll put it right here, but it'll be able to go in, but you can pull it out by your hand because you're going to have that little edge there. So you do want to make sure that this part has a zip tie on it. So, and we're going to zip tie him in there. And I'm going to turn him on so everybody can see as well. Just want to make sure that they can get to it. That's the main part. You probably do it more than once as far as your zip tie goes. So it just tucks in. It's not hanging down in there because people that have bigger hands are going to have a hard time getting to it. So you don't want to make it where it's completely all the way inside it, because then they're going to get upset with you. I'm going to turn him on so you can see. See, he's all lit up. He's all lit up. Pretty cool. All right. So now, this is why I dangle it in there, so you have access to it. But you want to get your snowman on here. Now, the snowman and the dog are quite big, and that's why we use the 14-inch. You can even use the 18-inch if you need to. So remember, the bigger it is, the more it costs to cover it as far as material goes. So if you're going to use the 18-inch, I'd probably do, instead of 6 loops in each section, I'd probably do 8. And if it's maybe even 10. So the bigger it is, the more you got to use. So all you're doing is you're zip tying it to the bar. And you can use the heavy duty zip ties too if you're afraid that it's not going to be secure. It's not that hard to put on. So remember, this is heavy duty, so you don't got to worry about any of that. I'm probably going to use the black one. It's more heavy duty. This is why I like having the color coordinate, because you won't be able to see it. It's going through the hat, and the hat is black. So and we've still got to decorate too. I'm going to turn him over. So yeah, I would use the longer zip ties and more of a heavy duty one for the back of it. You only need one. It holds it. Don't worry about. It's not going to hold it. There he is. Nice and cute. I'm a snowman freak. My favorite thing in the winter is snowmen. I love snowmen, so can never have enough. Alrighty. So I am using the bow. And you have your metal wires. The reason why I have more than one on here, more than two, is because I use the extra little hand to guide it, to keep it in place as you're putting the bow together. So that's why there's more than one. But it also keeps it secure too. And just be careful with your bows that you don't overdo this. Don't want to flatten it out any either. So with the metal, I'm going to go all the way around these bars. Make sure it's nice and tight so it doesn't come off. You can cover the back so you don't got to worry about it. So no one sees anything. Make sure that there's no pointy ends that will hurt your customers either. Or family members or whoever. Or yourself. I've hurt myself before, so he's so cute. Look at that bow. That just makes the whole thing. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. I'm addicted. Addicted to putting bows on here. So now, let's see, I think I I'm not going to need too much on him. These I got from the Dollar Tree. I don't even know if I want to, I don't think so. I might put a couple little snowflakes. And that's where these little parts come in handy. You can use them to decorate. So I think that is all I'm going to actually use on this. What do you think? Yeah? I think so. You do not want to overdo anything, so don't over decorate, please, because that will ruin the whole wreath. So you can also take your little floral wire and put through here too. And you can use that to put this on, or you can glue it. Just make sure when you glue these on that you press on it so it gets a nice secure, and make sure you don't hot glue your fingers. I've done that before, so just hold it on for a few seconds. This is really easy, guys. Really, really easy. You got a little pop of every Christmas color on here. You have the bow to give it a little extra. You have the snowman with the lights. And you can add more lights on this too. Let me see if I don't know if I have enough yardage as far as the lights go to put more on. I'll check in a minute. I just want to get this on here so I can hang it up. This is a quick tutorial, but remember, I have another one. We have more. And they're not all the same. They're all different. Okay, so the little clickers right here where you turn it on, the little light, it's hanging on the bow from the bottom of him. Now you can take a piece of ribbon and hang it, so they have an option to hang it, or use the wire. Now, I do not have the white backing like I want. So you can take your placemat, or you can take your foam, and preferably you're going to want the white foam to put on here. And you're going to cut it and cover it up and zip tie it. And this, I use my little hole puncher on it. Okay, you do want to always cover this, just because it's, people like to look at your stuff and say, oh, I can make that, and then you don't have a sale. I had a lot of that. I started covering it and people bought it because they couldn't figure it out. But yeah, cover it. These come in 10 by 12, so it's long enough to cover. You definitely want to cover it, or get a white placemat and put on the back. Put a ribbon on it. You zip tie it to the back. There is not a lot of mess. As you can see, look at how clean that back is. You don't need, if you feel comfortable and you don't want to cover it, you don't have to. Look how clean that is. Nobody will figure it out because they don't have no idea how you did it. So, just go ahead and hang it. Use your bow. Look how cute he is. He's cute. So, the reason why I did green is I just wanted to do something a little more Christmassy. But you can do like the red and white with the silver and red bows in it. You can do anything with that. I just wanted to give it a little extra. And you don't need a lot to decorate these. The bow gives it the extra, the snowman. Then you have your snowflakes, you have your little rolls of mesh. If you put too much on it, you're going to ruin your artwork. So he's nice, cute. Will you click the light so that you see? See how pretty? He's so cute. Okay, you can turn it back on. So with this, I did not have enough of the lights because I got it at the Dollar Tree. I have 2 per each one. I didn't have enough to go around the wreath and the snowman. But same concept. All you're going to do is you put this in between each little thing underneath and you zip tie it underneath your little loops. And that'll light the whole thing up. So you need something a little bit longer. It would take 3 of these to light that whole wreath up. So like, share, subscribe. I will see you in a couple minutes. We're going to do my doggy, and then we're going to do my Dotson. He's so cute. We're going to do him next, and then we're going to do the gingerbread. So, if you see that, my dogs are down there. But like, share, subscribe. I'll see you in a few minutes. If this is nighttime for you, have a blessed night. If this is daytime, have a blessed day. See you in a few minutes.